This is the Projekt Gemineye update, brought to you by Riffical Records. And here's your host, Mark Anthony K. Greetings, friends, and welcome to Projekt Gemineye update number 105. So, before we get started, just wanted to say hello. Hope you guys are all doing okay. Crazy world we're living in right now, isn't it? Crazy world that we're living in right now. Yeah, so I know a lot of us are probably inside and going a little kooky from being locked up inside. Not like we're really locked up, but for for the benefit of everybody, we're trying to stay in as much as possible, I think, right now. The reason for this video, as you're probably wondering, is because I've decided to do something to try to do my part to help in this crazy time. One of the things I've always believed in highly and heard lots of musicians say as well is that music is the great healer, and that music is one of the things that we all have in common from coast to coast to coast, that we sometimes turn to in our greatest need and in the most happiest moments of our life. Music always seems to be there for us. Music seems to be there for us. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words a bit. So I decided to do something to kind of contribute to that saying. So I've just finished constructing a compilation record, a Projekt Gemineye one that I've entitled "Tomorrow is Another Day," which it is. It's a saying that I've heard quite a few times from many people, and I think it applies to this situation now. Tomorrow is another day. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but you never know. Something good may happen tomorrow. So far, we've been hearing nothing but news that's not too promising. Excuse me. Don't worry, I don't have it. People haven't heard too much good stuff, but you never know. Tomorrow is another day, and maybe tomorrow might be the day when we hear some good news. So I've compiled 10 songs for this compilation record, and the ironic part of it is that when I went and looked through my catalog of songs I've done for Projekt Gemineye, a lot of the songs lyrically could work for this situation now. I did, just so you know, a lot of the songs are actually masters from the original albums, but I did do a complete remaster of An Ordinary Day, which is what leads off this album, because I think that's a song that I wanted to lead off this record with, because that is something that we're all hoping to get back to, isn't it? An ordinary day, back to what it was before all this happened, back to a sense of normality that we were familiar with, and maybe when we return back to our ordinary days, maybe we might have a bit more appreciation of what we had when it was just an ordinary day. I think a lot of us will think that way. I'm not going to give away all the songs that are on here. Well, you know what? Why don't I just read off what I put on there? Why not? So we have Ordinary Day. We have The Future. Great song as well for this topic-wise. You know, we don't know what's going to happen in the future, and this is a song about that, the uncertainty of future, but also the optimism, the optimistic view that we could have of the future. We also have Virtual Reality, which is something that I think people are going to be turning to now more and more when they're at home, a means of getting themselves out of this reality, even if it's just for half an hour or an hour or whatever. So, but you got to be careful with virtual reality. You don't want to get stuck too deep into it. We also have A New Day. Again, we all hoping for that new day when everything's done and we can start fresh and new again. Clear Your Mind is on here as well. That's also from the second record. Again, sometimes when we're all stressed out and we don't know what to do in situations now, because stress has a way of playing with your mind, best thing to do is to clear your mind, and the answers will usually come when you're at your most peaceful and clear-headed. We also have To Hope, to Dream from the Man of Science record. Again, I think right now a lot of people are dreaming and hoping. So this is a good song for that. Man of Science. This is from the bonus album, well, the B-sides record, the Lost Science Files. There you go. Now I remembered. There's actually two songs from there, Museum of Failure and Man of Science. Man of Science is on there for the obvious reason, because right now the Man of Science, or Woman of Science, we are deeply indebted to them right now, and hoping that they will do what they're very trained at doing and finding some sort of remedy for this virus. The Man of Science, as I put it, has a great deal of power right now. Does he even realize how much power? Museum of Failure. It's funny. I got inspired by an article a year or two back when I wrote the Man of Science, Man of Dreams album, and it was an article I read. I think it was either in Maclean's or Science Life or something like that. They were talking about how we have all kinds of museums showing our accomplishments and our victories in life, but we don't have any museums of failures. Why not? Because the best way to learn is from your mistakes, right? So I think that was a very intriguing topic to me, so hence Museum of Failures. And, some people will say that there were a few failures done by us as people that let this happen. There's no point right now in pointing fingers. I'm not that kind of a person who's going to do that. But just for the sake of lyrical topic, it could apply. So, what else did I put on here? Oh yeah, then I also put Let Your Spirit Fly, which is from the latest record. I thought it was very apt to put that on here. I have a feeling that once this is all done, many people's spirits will be flying in happiness. And that lyric has always kind of struck me in that line in that song. We knew one day you would return and be with us again. And I think as a whole, we look forward to that day when we can finally just come out of our houses and be within, an inch of each other and not worry anymore. Not like now when we're asked to be, 6 feet away from each other. So, and it's funny, none of these songs I wrote with any of this in mind, obviously, because this happened much after the fact. This whole virus thing happened after I wrote all these songs, even the latest record, obviously. So it is ironic how these lyrics can play into this situation. And I put a bonus song in here. The 10th song is The Deed, which was the Record Store Day bonus song on there, which is a non-album song. I kind of put that on there because while everything on here is supposed to be positive and uplifting, I also wanted to put one song on there that kind of shows, maybe not the so positive spin on things. This kind of does talk about how how mistakes can have consequences, and it's maybe something that we need to keep in our mind later in the future when we're through all this, to maybe not try to make the same mistakes again. So The Deed was put on there because of that. So, excuse me. Enough of my babbling. By the time this is up, you will be able to go onto Bandcamp. I'll put the link up here. And you can go and get the record. Mr. James McCarthy did another fantastic album cover for it. Thank you very much again, James, for that. And it's free. The album is free. You can go and download 10 songs from the Projekt Gemineye collection of songs. And, if you want to contribute, you can, obviously. Right now, Bandcamp has waived all their service fees for musicians, because obviously one of the people who got hit hard by coronaviruses are musicians like us. I will admit that when this all started happening, my pre-order sales kind of took a halt a bit, because I think people's money was diverted elsewhere, like toilet paper. And, I understand. I'm not, just not a violin pull-out part or anything like that. But, obviously, if you want to contribute towards it, that would be great. Because while I am pretty much like 95% there as far as having the cost to make the vinyl for the latest Projekt Gemineye album. I'm still not exactly at the 100% mark, so every little bit here and there might help to get me over the hump to that part. So enough of that. This record is meant for you guys to go and enjoy, to download, listen to, put on your iPod, and just enjoy. It's a mix of songs. Again, there's a new remix and remaster of An Ordinary Day. And I think actually some of the songs are not maybe some of the same masters as on the CD, I don't think. I think one or two of them were an alternate master, I believe. Now that I think of it, I think I took one or two. I don't remember which one even. So there you go. It's going to be a surprise. Maybe some of you will notice. Maybe some of you won't. My masters are not that radically different, but sometimes you might hear a difference. So yeah. So that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please be safe. I know it sucks being inside. For me it's a little different because I'm always in here working on stuff. So to me it's it's not that much different. It's only when I have to go out and get groceries where I kind of have to do the Hail Mary and hope that I don't run into somebody who has it. But other than that, please be safe. Wash your hands. Let's get rid of this now. Let's put it this way, the longer we stay inside and away from each other, the quicker it'll be gone and we can get back to all our normal lives again. Okay? So that's enough of my soapboxing. Grab the record. It's free. And like I said, if those of you who want to chip in, please do it. And I thank you in advance. This is Mark Anthony K saying, have a great evening, my friends. And I'll be back with more to talk about very soon. Bye for now.